The Rules of Love. Richard Templar. Rule 7. Don't keep making the same mistakes. Look, I know this one sounds blatantly obvious. But you'd be surprised how many clever people do it over and over. You'd think that if your ex was a nightmare from hell, you'd now steer a million miles from anybody who reminded you of them. But subconsciously, you might be heading straight for a carbon copy. I know a guy who is inexplicably attracted to women who are chronically jealous and insecure. He tells me that some unconscious part of him can recognize them at 100 paces. He doesn't always realize it to begin with, but as soon as he starts to get involved, it turns out that he's found a woman who wants to know where he is all the time and who he's with. Apparently, his mother was chronically insecure, too, but we won't go there. It doesn't have to be jealousy, it can be partners who put you down, who are unfaithful, who are overdependent, who are married, you name it. We all have certain patterns we keep following in relationships. Some of them are not a problem. If you always go for people who like animals, love being outdoors, or are 5 years older than you, that shouldn't matter. However, if you always go for a type that just doesn't work out, then you need to stop hitting your head against that particular brick wall. I know it's not easy. If this particular insecure, overdependent, overly independent, unfaithful, uncaring, married person is great on every other level, it can be tough deciding to end the relationship. Well, it's your choice. All I'm saying is that if you know that this type of person has never been good for you in the past, I can pretty much guarantee that they're not going to be for you in the future either. So, stay if you want to, but don't say I didn't warn you. I imagine it is not just me, either. Most of your friends have warned you, too. Of course, changing deep-seated behavior is hard. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. The vital thing is to recognize the pattern and then to try to get to the bottom of how you got yourself stuck in this rut. In one sense, how you got there isn't relevant, but actually, like the guy with the jealous mother, it might help if you can see where your behavior comes from. You have to decide whether to commit your life to a string of failed relationships that everyone, including you, could have predicted, and probably did. No? Doesn't appeal? In that case, you must resolve to avoid any relationship that fits the pattern, rather than trying to kid yourself every time that this one is different. For some people, this is quite easy after they've identified the problem. For others, it is very difficult. Sometimes you have to do quite a lot of work building your own confidence to break the mold. However, if what you want in life is a happy, long-term relationship that really works and makes both of you feel great, there is no other way. However hard you find it to break the pattern, I promise it will be worth it. You have to decide whether to commit your life to a string of failed relationships that everyone, including you, could have predicted,